Hello everyone, this is Ether Dragon, and welcome back to another episode of Fire Emblem Heroes. As you can see, we did pretty garbage on offense, but that was, let's just say, pretty intentional, as we'll discuss during the replays. So the main reason I didn't bother trying this week was just because of our defense and the fact we weren't running a bonus unit on offense. So all in all, the main reason is even if we had a perfect offense, we probably still wouldn't have made it because our defense is so garbage. And especially for Astra season, with the existence of Regan being an Astra Mythic that we got for free, naturally, player phase strategies are pretty common during Astra season, like Gale Force or just Super Nuke Squad or Nuke Squad into save units or something. They didn't even have full Needle Guard transformed here, so that's just no damage reduction for you. But yeah, so on offense, we did a bunch of tactical sacking. There was this fun team I saw, or faced on defense. There was a Winter Bernadetta with, what's her name? Ash, Duo Sigurd, Legendary Micaiah, and a couple of other nuke capable units. I think there was a Lysithia as well. The base infantry form. And so essentially their main gimmick was it's a turn 1 trap. So because Legendary Micaiah has Maiden Solace, using Ash she can teleport below, I forget who the target unit was next to Winter Bernadetta, but then that goes off, and then I think it was Harmonized Catria. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Harmonized Catria. So they can all also teleport that way as well. And then Duo Sigurd will go ahead and dance Legendary Micaiah, and then there's units like Ash and Harmonized Catria with a rally. So if Duo Sigurd's in range of someone, then there's a rally. Then Ash can get into a more forward position, and then the Lysithia has a much larger attack range. So just in general, just pretty fun, just turn 1 shenanigan. So I just intentionally sacked I made it more complex than it needed to be, but I was just goofballing as I was for most of the season. I was intentionally sacking like 1 unit on some offense matches. My last 2 matches of the season, I just sacked 1 unit each because probably could have made top 6k this week if I wasn't intentionally sacking units. In hindsight, you know, maybe we would have wanted to get 1 extra top 6k chair. Doesn't really matter. Olivia actually misses the kill on Naga there, but she ends up picking up the kill on
no need for mercy.
Ascended Fjorm, so I guess it works out in our favor. But yeah, not a real try hard week on offense this week. And then there was this one match, which was a stall team. If you bring isolation against the particular defense layout they had for their stall team, definitely would be much easier to clear. I decided to do just an absolute mean challenge because normally what I do for those kind of matches is I just damage calc everything, verify what I have to do to pick up kills, like 1-shots on the save units, or if I can survive a hit from the save units, something of that nature. So I decided, what if I just don't do that and just do whatever the heck I feel like? And this is why I think this is pretty much why a lot of these stall save defenses work, is because if you don't plan anything out like I didn't, and things go incredibly poorly. I just ended up timing out on turns 10 out of 10. But as you can see, a common theme here is Ascended Fjorm is just getting naturally doubled a lot, and then she misses the kill here because Legendary Lyn was on the defense tile. So unfortunately for her, she is in for a world of hurt after Legendary. Did I say dual Lyn? I didn't say Legendary. Get stats. Here, Brave Erica just doesn't have an attack stat here. So even though she gets to proc Luna, she's nowhere close to one-shotting Brave Dimitri, so he's just gonna absolutely obliterate with Ignis. And, well, that's ripped to Legendary Lyn. It's honestly not too bad, even though mine is minus speed. Like, think about it, mine was minus speed, but we were still doubling Ascended Fulham. Granted, you know, debuffs and whatnot are a thing, so it's not that impressive, especially since there wasn't any actual heavy speed buffing on this team, but that casual plus 44 defense. That 140 damage, that is a massive Ignis, yeah. Of course, they're using Stout Lance, so very fun, combined with Blue Ryan Rule. That's pretty funny. Pretty fat Ignis. Of course, in the meme world, we call it Bigness because it can proc for pretty large amounts, but that you don't see that much damage come out of Ignis too often. So that was pretty funny to see. But yeah, we just got stalled. There was a corner Thrasher on the other side of the map. I just decided for some reason while we were goofballing to not immediately take her out. And in the end, it didn't matter that we didn't take her out initially, but the main problem was just the Farsight Brave Vector. Legendary Julia needed to have attack speed solo active to pick up the one shot through Flame.
Accept your punishment.
Flame's damage reduction, but we were also doing the don't activate traps challenge, so placement, we didn't do very well with our placement, unit placement, and just overall poor play. And I was doing a play where it's on the usual lava map way to do it. So there's that little lava tile on the far right column that gets used a lot. But so my strategy there was, let's try baiting Duma out with, what's her name, Plumeria, so that he doesn't use drawback on Brave Vector to put Brave Vector back into formation. If you try to bait out Brave Vector, which is what I was doing with Racing, he was doing like default shenanigans. But Duma ended up one-shotting Plumeria after doing it once. So not a good play by me there, but again, that's something where you just have to damage Kel stats to see if Duma actually he didn't one-shot initially, but I healed back and did it again with Plumeria, but yeah, that didn't work. I think it was an exact one-shot or something. But yeah, you can see here, most of the time, we're just going up against pretty heavy offensive nuking strategies. And our catapults in column 5 rather than usual column 4. That really bites us in the back this season because a lot of people didn't put any useful structures on column 5, particularly safety fence. So a lot of people could just do these turn 1 plays where they just go nuke some units and then they just leave because of safety fence. So that's a bit unfortunate for us, but I mean, this layout's absolutely goofy in the first place, so not too big of a surprise. And with this current layout, with Lift in the corner, it's even worse than Otter, whatever you want to call him, because he can't even reach, say, Plumeria, who just scans. If they take out everyone else and leave Plumeria, he can't even reach that tile, so it's really bad. But
time to land the final blow.
it's not too difficult to take out my defensive units, especially if you have brave weapon units with enough attack, of course. Because I've seen some things where you can have a brave weapon, but you can't quad, you're just running wind sweep or something, and then you miss the kill because you don't have enough attack.
Don't dawdle.
Yeah, Harmonized Lysithia just going to one-shot split here. Who needs to quadra kill? I definitely do wonder though what we want to do for anima defense in general going forward, because pretty much we've solidified our dark defense to be goofball infantry pulls. So it's more of a matter of what kind of defense setup do we want to go for on anima. I feel like I would want to go for something funny. Maybe I should do modern stall or something, but I would need a lot of resources to do modern stall. So I don't think that's feasible.
Hold fast.
Do our harmonized leaf barely picking up the kill on Odor there, but
Fear not.
not too big of a deal. Can't double Duma because of Double Breath, 10 out of 10. But Duma also can't one-shot the counter, so that's just an L for us. And they activate to be trapped there. Thor can just come in, but she doesn't one-shot Brave Erica because of the damage reduction, which works in their favor, because now they can proc Gale Force, take out Legendary Lyn, and they just have more follow-up incoming because they have Brave Marianne, they have Plumeria, and they clear the way out for more shenanigans. Dragon just teleporting in to go for the kill on Olivia, and she can just Canto wherever she wants to.
Hold fast.
Should have had Duma have Vantage. Maybe we should go back to Duma having Vantage if we're going to run this setup, because he never gets to player phase anything relevant when he's in that position. Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
Do not stand in my way.
Yeah, with the Miracle on Harmonized Leaf, Lif isn't going to one-shot there, so that's just the GG. And here we are with more offensive shenanigans. I mean, you can see this. I haven't watched this replay. What the heck is Legendary Corn running with 3 cooldown? Ether? Interesting. I don't particularly like this set. I especially don't like the shield session. From a theoretical perspective, with the way how the AI works, shield session works out okay, but you're relying on Ether to heal, and it's at 3 cooldown. I don't know if I like that. I understand the point though, because you know the enemy attacks, and then if you attack back twice and they don't have a guard or anything, you do proc Ether, but if there's something like Fatal Smoke that's even worse for you, I don't know. Of course, in that case, maybe you just don't use Corrin to try and face tank stuff, but yeah, Legendary Corrin's problem is, right now, of course, her specials are negating Fang getting denied, and of course, getting doubled. Whether it be naturally or by Brave Weapon, because Brave Weapon's especially Shredder, if they have enough attack. And of course, guaranteed follow-up attacks, which is typically why null follow-up is the more preferred option on Legendary Corn for offense. Because you have units like, just talking about both seasons in general, you have, you know, Odor, Legendary Sigurd, there's Gramamon on Dark Season, plenty of units with guaranteed. I mean, there's even like Lift with his weapon, if they're running some sort of Wings of Mercy set or something.
Time to land the final blow.
Yeah, there's plenty of guaranteed follow-up shenanigans. And of course there's shenanigans that deny follow-up attacks like Impact, or I guess like Fallen Edelgard, Brave Hector,
Your time is up.
who else? There's a lot of units. Null follow-up is just solid skill. The only problem with no follow-up is that it has to take your B slot, which is why when units get access to no follow-up without having to use their B skill, it's pretty darn
Time
helpful.
to land.
Usually the trade-off for having no follow-up in your weapon though is, in like say your weapon slot, is you don't have very many more effects, which is typically the current balancing act they're going for.
Corin's the
But
coolest.
Duma is just meaning and blocking the way of the last ether structure in the corner, so they just decide to take out
Divine
Duma here.
punishment.
And there we go. Another sweep for a more offensive team. And here we go again. This is not as much of an offensive team. It looks like a Vantage with Miracle. I personally don't like the Miracle Vantage strats. Primarily because, well, okay. Especially because of that. Because if you're going to be missing the kill, and they also just panic themselves here, so Twin Star Axe is completely useless. And they're up against a Ascended Legion on a defense tile. Yeah, that does not look very good for them. Not even close. Yikes.
Disgrace leaves a brand.
That's gonna hurt.
Failed.
Well, that's awkward, but yeah, the main problem with the Miracle build on slower units like Levitain there is if you're going to be missing the kill and you're going to be proccing Miracle, you're getting doubled, so you have to be bulky enough in the first place to take that one hit and then get the Miracle proc on the second attack of the enemy, because otherwise you're in for a world of hurt. And here they didn't break the ornaments, so they have stuff to hide behind. So our units get to cluster around and goofball. But of course, it's pretty wacky. Thor proc Gale Force here, which is nice for them, but there's just so many units clustered there that they don't want to be. So, and now at this point, the main concern is actually running out of turns. So they need to get going pretty quick here if they want to win. But it's pretty tricky because there's Legendary Lyn and Ascended Legion fill in there. And I guess there's also with his guaranteed follow-up attack. Yeah, offensively, as an offensive unit, Thor is pretty solid, for sure. Definitely works pretty well on Gale Force teams because of World Breaker. But yeah, there's Ascended Legion company still around, so that's not going to be good for them. That's 1 kill, that's 2 kills,
I knew
and
it.
some chip damage on Ascended Legion because why the heck not? And Olivia is going to be able to barely pick up the 1-round KO. Totally not rigged. But yeah, at this point, they don't have a chance to win the match now. It's just Bride Fjorm being useless against our Olivia here. So, they're... Alright, here we go with another team. This is a more save ball-oriented team. They have Bolt Tower and Column 4, so again you can see the Column 5 catapults being pretty useless here. I think in the future we just have to make a layout where we put catapult back in Column 4 because it looks pretty bad right now. I think the simplest way to do that is to swap Olivia's spot with the catapult and swap Legendary Lyn and Brave Erica. The main problem with that is people... I think it's fine. Well, I think that's just a good change to make. Because Column 4 is super popular column structures for sure. you almost never see a structure not be on there unless either they're hard tucking or something along those lines. But here they use Bolt Tower to their advantage. Pick up the kill on Oda there. They were going to pick up the one shot regardless. They wouldn't have picked up the one shot on Brave Erica without that Bolt Tower advantage though. Same deal with Olivia. But that's what Bolt Tower is for. We definitely use it a ton on offense ourselves. And of course, Legendary Lyn is not going to be doing any reasonable amounts of damage. Doom is going to do a little better, but of course he's not going to one rank KO regardless. So, just an easy clean sweep here. It's just a matter of them picking up the ether structures, which shouldn't be too difficult. And Edelgard once again missing the kill. Pretty typical. But that was from Panic Manor, I believe. Maybe not. They did not play that optimally, but it doesn't matter at the end of the day. You have
Simply an
Moonbow
end.
to pick up the one shot on lift, unless the intent to sack the unit for some reason. But that's just exactly totally not rigged. Could have also just moved Lunaria in range to pick up the kill anyways, so it doesn't matter. And here we are again with Bride Fjorm just being useless. Just absolutely useless. I mean, not completely useless that you can stop pivot from happening or something, but is that really useful? Probably not. You want to be able to isolate the dancer. That's pretty much why I didn't form a Bride Fjorm, just because I want to have that kind of consistency. Unfortunately, you know, during light season, Nilla isn't consistent either against, like, Dancer Eldigan. She just does not stand a chance to compete in defense against him when there's a particular defense mythic called Not,
You're a wonder.
who people definitely like to put multiple copies of on the same team, and that just inherently buffs Eldigan's defense by levels that to the point where Nilla can't reach. Like, you could do that with an unmerged Dancer Eldian and still profit, so. But what they don't profit from here is their hit and run strats, because they just left their units in range of Brave Erica to start down. But of course, that just means now Micaiah can go and keep up the Cavs. And here we go, another one run KO. But yeah, we got a decent amount of replays this week.
Rest
so
in peace.
it's gonna be good. Hopefully the audio quality and stuff is okay. For the Resonant Battles episode,
Go for it.
I tried playing with the
Prepare
game
yourself.
volume up as well. Because of course we're recording internal audio, we're also recording microphones, so I wondered what the interaction would be in that case. Here we just have the actual game volume on my phone pretty low. But here, Micaiah does not stand a chance against Legendary Lyn. He gets to survive one shot, but that's about it.
I'll hit my mark. So this
There's
is
no damage
death.
reduction to save her there. And Duma gets to moon pivot, but the match is already over if they want to take it. It's not like our units are going to put up much of a fight at this point.
Go for it.
And Dual Lyn taking out
You're
Legendary
finished.
Lyn, because why not? But they just surrendered, probably just because they already lost units and they didn't want to do that. PR again, looks to be like a double safety. Don't typically see Winter Cecilia used as a far save unit, but definitely can work. It's just that armor weaknesses, the armored weakness can be a problem. The guard's a nice touch, but I'm not entirely sure how I like it. Currently in formation, debuffs and chip damage going around. Legarn's going to do a bit of damage here, but can't proc her special, so that's not a kill.
Start praying.
The guard definitely chucking in clutch there, because otherwise the Sundered Legarn would have took the 1-round KO. And for sure that is one huge problem for Sundered Legarn. And of course the other problem is the fact most of her weapon effects is reliant on her having a bonus active, which can definitely be non-trivial. But here they're just going to go into formation again here. But you'll notice that Altina is not in range of far save. So that is just a free kill for Legendary Lyn.
No, but how?
So not great for them there. Brave Erica didn't get to attack, but even if she did, wouldn't have a chance against Gustav if he were to one-shot on the counter. Now they're just cleaning up. And not much we can do about it again. Pretty typical. I'm not entirely sure what I want to do down the line again for this Anima defense shenanigans. Particularly because we have Duma and Lith. We typically are going more for score botting and less for actual strength of defense. Because we could go for a much better defense, but increase our maximum Lith loss by like 20 or 30 points, which is quite a bit. So it's like, at that point, it's only worth it if it's an absolutely insane defense, which we're not going to be able to make something like that consistently, so yeah. Almost there, we got ourselves yet another save team, who would have thought. Time there are bolt towers in column 3, so we do get to snipe it down with Duma. But that's about it. Our team can't really do much against this. Because of course damage reduction is super strong against this defense. Since we have 0 ways of dealing with damage reduction here, other than raw damage output. So here Odor's gonna do quite a bit of damage, but again there was damage reduction there. So in reality he was doing more like how much was he doing? I don't know. 40 something damage. Still not great, but what are we gonna do about it? Of course, Sundered Legarn not going to do very much against Brave Hector. It actually doesn't even get to double him. So 10 out of 10.
No mercy.
And I was going to miss the one shot on Brave Erica barely, but it doesn't matter because she has her 80% damage reduction combined with Lane's 30% damage reduction. So they're having a decent time there. I think that's overall 86% damage reduction or something like that. But yeah, it's just cleanup time now. Regan unable to double Legendary Lyn, which again, she is minus speed, so that is saying something. Not very
Get what I want.
Lith unable to one-shot Thor, so she's going to return the favor. And now it's just Duma versus the world, pretty much. So Brave Edelgard missing the one-shot yet again. Granted, she is running Soul, but
you can't stop
that's pretty mean. To miss the one-shot by 1 HP twice already.
No mercy.
But yeah, Flame definitely helps out Brave Edelgard as a near save unit because the fact Brave Edelgard gets no damage reduction on the first attack, or if it's like a Brave weapon user, the first 2 attacks is a huge deal. But if you can get through that first hit, as long as you didn't take way too much damage, you should be able to survive with your 80% damage reduction. But Yeah, it's questionable. And last but not least here we have yet another offensive team. And once again, there's no useful structure to break on column 5. This is a rare open column 4. The open column 4 is definitely nice for smite plays. Because the common problem I have with putting a structure in column 4 is I do want that capability to be able to smite in that column, but I can't because there's a structure in the way. So, yeah, it's definitely not great, but they have their safety fence here, so they can just snipe down with Yuri twice, and they're just chilling, although he was pretty close to missing the kill there. That is one problem with Yuri. He definitely can always use more attack. That's kind of the trade-off of being a super mobile offensive unit. You may not have as much firepower as you would like, especially since he's a tech defense. But they get their donut doubler going, so you can get some more attack.
No need for mercy.
Harmonized Lysithia going for the kill on Duma here. Because she's so fast, she just gets the double, but she just one-shots, so it's not necessary.
Don't dawdle.
And nice 84 times 4 against Ascended Vagar. A nice big Yule log dropping down. Some of these animations are so wacky. That's what makes this game so fun. All the wacky stuff that intelligence systems come
We're
up
just
with.
that good.
Oh, it just looks so silly. Just a giant Yule log dropping in the sky. And with that is all the replays for this week. So as you can see, we did hot garbage on defense because the timing of these matches was generally pretty poor. So we lost quite a bit on defense, and we're ranked 7.2k right now, but all those intentional unit sacks, since we weren't running a bonus unit, each time was minus 30 lift. So definitely adds up. We probably could have made top 6k, especially if we didn't time ourselves out in that stall against that stall team match, which we definitely could have easily won because there's many win cons to beat that defense. We were just goofballing and just doing nothing essentially most of the time. I don't know why we're showing Summoner Duels. There's nothing to see there except we just finish maxing out favor on Brave Erica. Overall, Brave Erica in Summoner Duels is okay. Her problem is needing a special to pick up kills, and then even if she gets the special up, sometimes she doesn't kill anyways, so. But she especially gets one shot on the counter a lot in Summoner Duels, which is a huge problem. And her range, being a melee cav, is pretty poor against range calves with like dagger or not, or I don't know, even Ash. But yeah, we had to fish a bit extra this week. Luckily we did get a merge on Ash, so she did score pretty decent even with this meme scoring kit. Like, we're running Smite and Bonfire, so that was fine. And Arena Assault. I learned something on this Arena Assault run, actually. I was under the impression that trenches took all of a cav's movement, but it turns out it only takes three spaces of their movement, kind of like how forest tiles remove 2 spaces of infantry movement. So that was definitely a good learning experience. I had to use Dancer's Veil to bail me out because it was match 7. I was like, we're not doing another run. Let's just burn the Dancer's Veil. And we're getting pretty unlucky on getting Dancer's Veils back, so down to 93, but not the end of the world. Meanwhile, on a side note, we did make it through Tier 21 Dark Major. I think the cutoff was only 850 this week, or this season, compared to the usual 852, which is what I score. So that's cool. I think that pretty much clinches our stay in Tier 21 Mjolnir Strike for quite a while, because at the end of January, we most likely plus 10 peony. We get a massive boost to light and dark major scoring. So it's mostly just going to be Astro season that we have to worry about because of Thor. The cutoff did increase by quite a bit, but still below our current score. And we have actually a bailout option to get 2 more points if we absolutely need to. So I think we'll be set for quite a while. But anyways, we'll be back when the results drop in. Alright, let's see what we get here. Top 10k. As expected, this week is going to be abysmal, just because it's a Bramamon bonus, a Harmonized Lysithia bonus. I imagine one of these guys being far safe is going to be annoying, and probably Manuel is going to be annoying as well. But yeah, we're not running this team, of course. It's going to be slightly different. It is wind and fire, so it'll remain relatively the same. Maybe just some different skills and things, but yeah, nothing too mind-blowingly different, I don't think. We're just going to bring in the second Bramamon, for example, instead of having Sophis there, because honestly, it doesn't matter. Should probably put a slightly more useful unit. I actually don't know if that's really going to be that useful now that I think about it. 6, 9, 8, and Allegiance Battle. We're still hanging in there for top 1k, but it's probably not going to last for too much longer during wind and fire seasons. But that's going to be it for this episode. Thanks for watching. As always, this is Ether Dragon, and hope to see you all next time. Bye!